The 2025 NFL season is officially just 1 week away, and while this Sunday I will be giving you guys my final predictions, my official 2025 predictions, I thought today, let's see how ready AI really is to take over the world, and can they start with NFL predictions. I had ChatGPT give me division standings, award winners, and of course a Super Bowl prediction for the 2025 season. Let's get into it. Starting with the division winners, I'm going to be just kind of reading off the monitor here. So if you see me looking this way, that's why, but I'll edit it, make it look a little nicer for you. The AFC East, ChatGPT has the Buffalo Bills once again winning this division with a 12-5 record. The Miami Dolphins at 10-7 in second. The Jets at 8-9 in third, and the Patriots at 5-12 in fourth place. Obviously, I think a lot of us will just agree the Bills probably going to win this division again. They got the reigning MVP, Josh Allen, and even if you believe in the Patriots or Dolphins, they're just not competing with Buffalo at this point in time. However, from there, I kind of just completely disagree with ChatGPT. I think they're way too low on the Patriots. Don't get me wrong. Could the offensive line be such a disaster that this season happens? Maybe. And the Dolphins, I guess, could be better than I think, but I just don't see a world where the Jets are 8-9. But the AFC East, pretty standard stuff. The AFC North, a bit surprising. They have the Ravens winning this division at 12-5, the Cincinnati Bengals finishing in second at 11-6, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they know Mike Tomlin doesn't have losing seasons at 9-8, and the Cleveland Browns, a surprising, very good 7-10 season. I don't think that this is super far-fetched. I'd be really surprised if the Cincinnati Bengals and Cleveland Browns had this good of years, and if the Pittsburgh Steelers had that bad of a year. But I don't want to say it's completely off the board, right? The Bengals, if they could finally start hot, could be on an 11-6-esque pace with Joe Burrow. Could the Steelers, with Aaron Rodgers missing some games due to injury at 41 years old, disappoint a little bit? And the Browns, they have two rookie quarterbacks on the roster, so it's possible. The AFC South, once again, the Houston Texans win this division at 11-6, but they have the Indianapolis Colts at 10-7, and I did read ahead, a little bit of a spoiler. It's not Daniel Jones leading them there. It's Anthony Richardson. The Jaguars at 8-9 and the Tennessee Titans at 5-12. I actually don't think that this is that crazy of a prediction, to be honest. It's a little too high on the Colts for my liking, but hey, we've seen stranger things happen in the NFL. The Texans winning this division and one of these teams stepping up and it being the team with the best defense of the group and the best offensive line of the group, and a guy like Jonathan Taylor, I think the AFC South might be their most realistic prediction yet. Then we get to the AFC West. They have the Kansas City Chiefs still being the frickin' Chiefs, man, 13-4. The Chargers at 9-8. The Broncos at 8-9, and the Raiders at 6-11. You guys that have watched my channel now know that I think they're way too low on the Denver Broncos. Spoiler alert, but I think the Denver Broncos are going to win this division, so 8-9 is very low for me. They have the best offensive line and best defense in the division, and I do think that they improved in terms of weapons for Bo Nix. The Chargers, I think it's a little low, but maybe with the Rashawn Slater injury, the offensive line doesn't quite hold up and a young defense regresses. Kansas City, you can't say that they can't do it, and the Raiders, to me, they're the last place team in this division, so, aside from the unwarranted Broncos hate, not bad. As a quick recap, that did leave the AFC going into the playoffs with the Chiefs as the 1 seed, the Bills as the 2, the Ravens the 3, the Texans the 4, the Bengals the 5, the Dolphins the 6, and the Colts sneaking in at the 7 seed. Moving to the NFC and starting with the NFC East, they have the Philadelphia Eagles winning this division yet again at 12-5, the Dallas Cowboys at 10-7, the Commanders falling from grace at 7-10, and the New York Giants 6-11. I gotta be honest, and I know it's not a popular take, this is on the board for me. I do think that everything that's a massive mess for the Dallas Cowboys right now in this Micah Parsons situation is going to stop this from happening. But if Micah was ready to go for week 1, this wasn't completely off my board of possibilities. I do think regression is coming for the Commanders. I do think that the Cowboys are better than we give them credit for. And the Giants have one of the top 10 defenses in football. And of course, Philly's coming off the Super Bowl, so I do think that they will repeat as division winners. But I don't think that this one's as crazy as it sounds. Next, we move to the NFC North, in which the Detroit Lions win this division at 12-5, the Packers 11-6, the Vikings 9-8, and the Chicago Bears 6-11. So I'm higher on the Vikings and lower on the Packers and also higher on the Bears. So I don't completely agree, but I will say this. The NFC North is just a complete shit show. These are four really solid teams, and one of these teams is going to end up having a worse record than the talent on the team. The ChatGPT simulation thinks it's the Bears. I think in real life it's the Packers. You might think it's the Vikings. Somebody else might think it's the Lions. It is just a very, very difficult division to predict. The NFC South, not a real winning division. The Falcons win it at 9-8. The Buccaneers at 8-9. The Saints 7-10 and the Panthers 5-12. I think they're way too low on the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have been one of the premier teams in the NFL for years now. I would be really surprised if they had a losing season. I think it's more likely that them and the Falcons both reach 10 plus wins than this situation. The Saints at 7-10 is pretty crazy to me with Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck, and I guess they're not betting on Bryce Young. To me, I completely disagree with their NFC South division. And the NFC West, they think is a pretty dog shit division, I guess. The 49ers 9-8, the Rams 7-10, the Seahawks 6-11, and the Cardinals 4-13. I mean, listen, I don't want to say that they're predicting injury to Matt Stafford or Kyler Murray, but the records would suggest that. San Francisco winning this division at 9-8 with their cakewalk of a season that they have, a schedule. I just don't see it going down this way. The NFC South and NFC West were pretty bad predictions wise, in my opinion. And then, of course, for the NFC going into the playoffs, their seeds are the 1 seed Detroit Lions, 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles, 3 seed 49ers, 4 seed Falcons, 5 seed Packers, 6 seed Cowboys, 7 seed Minnesota Vikings. We get to ChatGPT's official award winners, and they have Josh Allen going back to back on the MVP awards. Call him Drizzy Drake the way he's going back to back. Carries a top 2 offense, cuts even more turnovers, and posts 45 total touchdowns on a 12-5 team is exactly what ChatGPT said about Josh Allen. Moving into the Offensive Player of the Year, they pick CJ Stroud of the Houston Texans. A quarterback wins the OPOY. We haven't seen that in a while. Video game efficiency and yards. If MVP skews QB value, OPOY rewards the raw production. That's the note that they wrote for CJ Stroud. So in this offense with a new offensive line, Nick Caley coming in, and 2 new receivers, CJ Stroud goes out and gets himself an Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons on the Cowboys. They say he plays. He gets the sack title, and he plays massive in those NFC East games, which is why they're 10-7 and the Commanders are 7-10. This is where things get crazy. The Offensive Rookie of the Year, Shedeur Sanders. Poised high volume rookie quarterback season, and they say he's on the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix gets hurt, bring in Shedeur, and they're still feisty at 8-9. That is one of the craziest predictions I've ever seen from ChatGPT. Shedeur Sanders, Offensive Rookie of the Year on the Denver Broncos? What? Defensive Rookie of the Year was Abdul Carter on the Giants. They said splashy tackles for loss, sacks as an off-ball edge hybrid on a rebuilding defense. I mean, that's pretty chalk. Coach of the Year, Dan Campbell for the Lions. They earned the 1 seed in the NFC. He lost both his coordinators. Hey, listen, if the Lions are the 1 seed in the NFC, Dan Campbell damn sure deserves that Coach of the Year. Comeback Player of the Year, Anthony Richardson. Full season of explosive, efficient quarterback play on a 10-7 wild card team. I don't know. I mean, nothing could stop Shedeur Sanders on the Broncos from being the craziest prediction, but AR, Comeback Player of the Year, pretty out there as well. And then that brings us to ChatGPT's official playoff predictions. We'll start in the AFC wildcard, in which they have the 2 seed Buffalo Bills versus the 7 seed Colts. The Bills win this game. Allen outduels Richardson late. The AFC wildcard 3 versus 6 matchup is the Ravens versus the Dolphins. The Ravens win based on physicality and a quarterback run to close the game out from Lamar Jackson. The Texans versus the Bengals. They have the Bengals in an upset victory. The Burrow Chase connection tilts a shootout to the Bengals' favor. Moving to the NFC wildcard, the 2 seed Eagles host the 7 seed Vikings. The Eagles win this game. Pass rush overwhelms JJ McCarthy late. NFC wildcard, the 3 seed 49ers host the 6 seed Cowboys. And in an upset, the Cowboys win a playoff game versus San Francisco. Might be crazier than the Shedeur prediction. Micah Parsons wrecks the game. And then the 4 seed Falcons versus the 5 seed Packers. The Packers win on the road. Love plays clean, and Green Bay's D closes the game for wild card weekend. On to the divisional round now. We have the 1 seed Chiefs playing host to the 5 seed Bengals. I mean, we have Burrow, Mahomes, and Allen Lamar in the AFC divisional per ChatGPT. Zero complaints here. Take my money. The Chiefs win the game. Spags defense gets the key stops at home. So Kansas City in a close game over Cincinnati. And then the 2 seed Bills host the 3 seed Ravens. The Ravens get a road win, get revenge for last year. Ground game plus timely explosiveness. So Derrick Henry and some big plays from Lamar are enough to send the Ravens to the AFC Championship. Then the NFC divisional round. The 1 seed Lions host the 6 seed Cowboys. The Lions win this game. Balanced, efficient offense wins. Situational matchups on downs go the Lions' way. And then the 2 seed Eagles host the 5 seed Packers. Eagles, red zone defense plus A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith just are too much for the Green Bay Packers. We head to conference championship weekend. So the AFC and NFC championship are here per ChatGPT, and the Ravens at Kansas City at Arrowhead taking on the Chiefs, and the Baltimore Ravens will win this game. Baltimore controls pace, hits chunks plays off a play action, and steals a possession. So they win the turnover battle in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson and crew are over the hump, and they are headed to the Super Bowl. And then in the NFC Championship, the Philadelphia Eagles traveled to Detroit to take on the Lions, and they are giving the Lions this victory. Detroit's offensive line plus Amon-Ra and Gibbs Yak Machine grind it out in a thrilling game, and thus we have Ravens versus Lions for the Super Bowl. And in that Super Bowl, ChatGPT has the Baltimore Ravens defeating the Detroit Lions 27-23. The Super Bowl MVP is Lamar Jackson. Baltimore's defense squeezes Detroit's run game into 3rd and longs. Lamar hits 2 game-breaking plays outside structure, and the Baltimore Ravens are your Super Bowl champions in 2025-2026 NFL season. So that is ChatGPT's official prediction for this upcoming NFL season. What do you think of that? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you love the NFL and you're not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you hit that button. I will catch you next time. Peace.